Welcome back. I'm going to make a recipe tonight that's I've never made. Looks like it'd be pretty easy. The hardest part is getting your chicken breast flat. So it's called just oven baked chicken breast, but it's supposed to be, the way it's done is supposed to make it really juicy instead of drying it out in the oven, which if you over bake a chicken breast or chicken in general, it can get really dry and then it's just chewy. So we'll see if that's what comes out. So we've got 2 chicken breasts. You'll see that one looks elongated and one looks normal. And I'll show you. We're going to pound this flat or flatter to look more like this one because we want it to be a pretty even for the thickness. See how it's so much thicker here than down here? That will make it cook different with the different thicknesses. So what we're going to end up doing is using a baseball bat, also known as a rolling pin, to flatten out the chicken breast to make it look more like that. Then we're going to drizzle some oil on it, and then we've got some spices and stuff we're going to mix up over here. We've got 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar packed. We've got some paprika, oregano. We've got some garlic powder, some salt and pepper. It's all going to be mixed together and sprinkled across both sides of this thing, and hopefully it'll turn out really well. The oven is already set for 425, so it's heating up. So all I got to do is start beating down my chicken breast here. So they said you could pound with your hand, Rocky Balboa like, and do this. I just decided to beat it with my rolling pin instead. So all you gotta do, really all it's doing is pounding on it. I've covered it with some parchment paper so that it's not splattering everywhere. Needs a little more on that end over there. It's still a little thick on that end, so I'm going to a little more beating. Okay, you can kind of roll it so it gets a little flatter there. Okay, I think that's pretty well evenly flat all the way across. Pull this back onto the, we'll squish it right off the side of the cutting block there. Okay, so that being done, I'm going to transfer them. Actually, I'm going to put the parchment. So I've got a cooking sheet, baking sheet, rimmed, and I put tin foil down, and now I'm going to put parchment paper down. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw one breast on there like that, the other breast on like so. Get this out of the way so I can get it over here in front of me more. All right, so what I want to do is first I'm going to mix my ingredients. So I've got, like I said, 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. I need 1 teaspoon of paprika. Not gonna fit in there. I'll just do it this way. One teaspoon of paprika. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. There's a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. We want a teaspoon of oregano. freak it doesn't go in the oregano there. Okay, 1 teaspoon of oregano. And then we want a 1/2 teaspoon of both salt and pepper. So salt and pepper. All right, all the ingredients together. Just gonna mix them all up. Get good and combined. Once that's done, we're just gonna drizzle the chicken breast with oil and sprinkle the seasoning on one side. Then we're gonna flip it over, do the same thing to the other side of the chicken breast, and then throw it in the oven for 18 minutes, it says. Now, those times and temperatures, I'll tell you, will vary with what your oven is like. Our oven is very new and efficient, and 18 minutes at 425 probably means more like, 10 to 12 minutes with our oven. It's very effective. It's also got the convection going, so that makes it go even better. So, all right, broke up all that. Let me put the brown sugar up. All right, and there's a couple of last lumps in there. I want to make sure we're not just putting a big lump of spice together there. Or we'll just take it out because, okay, I think I got it. Oh, there it is. All right, so now that we have that all mixed together, we're gonna just drizzle the chicken breast with oil. Doesn't need to be a bunch, but olive oil. And rub the oil all over. And then, with your unchickeny hand, you can take the mix and try to make sure you get it covered as well as possible. And one to the other breast. And it's kind of slimy doing it, but you got to get the breast covered well. All right, that is good for that side. So I'm going to flip it over, do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're going to do a quick drizzle of oil. Rub it all in. And then the remaining rub. Hence why it's called a rub that we've mixed up here. Because you rub it into the meat so it gets good and covered and evenly distributed. Okay, we have two chicken breasts covered with oil and our mixture for a rub. And now we're going to put it in the oven for, recipe says 18 minutes. I'll probably check on it at 10 and see where it goes from there. But in it goes. Oh, we're also making rice, so there's a rice cooker over here going because chicken and rice seems like it would be a good mix. So. All right, in it goes. It's about 5:28 my time. So I'll check it in 10 minutes, and we'll be back when we're checking it. Hey, okay, it has actually been 20 minutes because I turned the heat down from 425 to 400 because our oven really goes fast. So it's actually been about 20 minutes, and I think we're gonna take a look at these things. All right, so that's what we want, that kind of like caramelized look on top. So, and you can certainly see they're juicy. Holy cow, they are bubbling, they're so juicy. So we're gonna pull these out. We're going to turn the oven off. Yeah, I'd say those are gonna be some pretty juicy chicken breasts right there. And I'm guessing it's gonna taste pretty good, but the recipe says to let them sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Don't know why. Maybe just get everything kind of finished cooking inside there and set on the taste or something. I don't know. But we'll let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. So we'll come back because I do want to taste it and let you know if it's any good. So we'll see you in just a minute or two. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. We're hungry, so we're gonna slice in and see what we got here. So I'm just gonna slice here. Oh yeah, it's definitely juicy. Look at, if you get in close enough, if you can see the juices coming out, oh, that just looks wonderful. So I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to slice up some pieces like this. And serve them across the rice. And I'll slice the rest of this one. Now go here. I'm a little hungrier, so I'm going to have a little more for me. All right, we have got, oh, there's a little tiny piece right here I can just try right here, so. Okay, we gotta go. I'll see you next time. This is really good.